Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 80th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. This morning, I will tell you that the volatility we are seeing in the global economy continue this morning, and you can see also that a lot of factors are behind this up and down movement we are seeing in the matured market. As we speak now, global stock dip at this moment, you know, ahead of what? Ahead of US key inflation figure that is expected to be released today. You can see that trailers are really in a bearish mood. This move by US and Europe also to find a way of limiting Russia oil, Russia oil movement so that price of others will remain stable. And this move also by the US and EU to limit Russia oil movement in terms of prices, so that when they move, this price uh, spike we're seeing will also reduce, because they don't want all these measures they are taking here to continue to influence the price of crude oil to continue because of distortion in supply. But they are trying to do it in a way that it will have much effect on already what we're seeing in the global economy, inflation hitting new highs and all those stuff. They're going to do it in a way that it will also get to that level. Just as the oil price also is hitting a new 2 months high of 124 dollar per barrel in the midst of EU traders going bearish on the strength of the just rate hike that was done yesterday by the European Central Bank. You can see that the market is really not looking good this morning. Yes, in US, the Jones and S&P are in red. Only Nasdaq is just a little up. In Europe, we're seeing stock indices looking down. It tells you that these are the factors that is shaping the market this morning. Don't forget that as far as the discussion in oil price, this commodity price was seen as is going up also, is also going to affect a lot of things. But in all this, you need to also apply what we call your rules. One, stop loss is very, very key in any market you are trading, especially if you are trading cryptocurrency. As we speak now, you can see that the retail investor in crypto space are really exiting their position, because the recent crash we are seeing in that market is also kind of finding a way. But because of this rate hike, and most of the market, when there's a hike in interest rate, most of the stock market, in the world will be affected, because of, they see another opportunity that cheaper fund will be flowing to also the fixed income instrument, and there's no risk there. You can see fund living. But those that understand how to play equity, no matter the market you are, you see opportunity in those some stocks and some sectors that also give you good returns. At the end of the day, you'll be beating what inflation is saying at any given time. That is why you need to really understand what you are doing in the market at any given time, so that you can play safe at any market condition. Whether you are playing cryptocurrency, you are playing futures, you are playing commodity, anyone you are doing, you need to understand that your stop loss and also taking away emotion and orientation is very, very key. If you also know how to play with your word, with your support and resistance level, this thing is very, very key. Because I said yesterday, if you really want to manage your risk and also manage your portfolio very well, you must apply this stop loss and also effectively use your support and resistance level to take your exit and entering position at any given time, because it will give you a sign. That's why I tell you that no matter what, the leading indicator will tell you what is about to happen. When we say that capital market or stock market, sorry, is a leading indicator, it's why it tells you what's about to happen, because it tells you what is happening in the economy. You can see that, look at the trend globally now. Most of the markets around the world are looking down, but we're seeing our market for almost 2 years now. 2020, 2021, 2023, that's almost 3 years, looking up again. It tell that something is happening, and when tell that you are seeing up market, it also tell that we expect our economy to also look that direction if our our leaders and economic managers continue to give us a good economic reform and put the economy in the right track, and tell things to also look up. For you as an investor, because every investment against expectation, you need to take decision at the right time, and don't be carried away by market direction or market correction. Always know exactly what you are doing in the market, so that your investment objective or goal with your stop loss and the entry and exit strategy will guide you at any given time to know what to do at the right time. As we speak now, I said that this is what we call the dividend, inter-dividend era. ahead of Q2, Q2, or half year result. Because as from the month of July to end of August, we've seen company that release the trade dividend hitting the market with a number, and I you need to position before this number start hitting the market, and we're seeing the kind of oscillation. We have seen that this week we have seen a two days up market. We have also seen 2 day down market before this morning. As we speak this morning, market is also oscillating, trying to enter green, back red. As we speak now, that means we need to understand what to how to invest this month. And also, don't forget that at the beginning of this month, when I did my forecast or outlook for this month, I told you that the month of June is a missed month. And also, if you look at the month of June in the history of our market, you can say this is a month that market might close up or down, because out of 5 years, I can tell the market was down for 3 years in the space of 5 years data for the month of June, but up for the month. Also, we have seen that the month of April was up, May was up. I expect a little correction, but that correction noted that market will go down as low as hitting again 48 or 49. But with this range of 53,000 to 52 back again to move, because market has tested 54,000 and above little before pulling back. And as you see now, market is currently at a state that is waiting for a trigger, and that trigger will come in form of positive news or economic reform that will bring market up or down. But I believe that as we're looking forward to see some economic data, and also to see end of the month direction by the fund managers and the portfolio managers, that also will also help the month to close either flat or also positive at the end of the day. But I believe that the figures that will come from half year no result at the end of this first half of the year will also give the market a clear direction. On that note, we don't need to also panic at all, but rather invest wisely. Since market waiting for a trigger, that's why we are seeing a market in up and down position as we speak now. As a trader, don't panic at all. As an investor, look for those stocks that are in I call it strong group stocks, and also those sectors that has the capacity to kind of resist the decline. At the same time, those kind of stock also that will help you to a form of edge against inflation. Once we have done all this, you don't need to panic at all in the market. As we speak now, we want to look at the news in the market before we go straight to look at our charts today. We want to look at what is happening in the live market to see exactly what is happening. Then, as we speak now, before we go to the live market, the market news is that as we speak, I think most of you are aware that UBA will be able to redeem its what is a $500 million dollar 5 years euro bond have been settled. It shows that our banks are strong. Don't forget that about 2 weeks or a week ago, Disney Bank also did the same thing. These banks are also telling you that they have capacity. That is why when I see the banking stock dropping, I'm not panicking, but rather an opportunity for every design investor to buy into this banking stock. In terms of dividend consistency, these are the sector you can see it, and also expect that this rate hike, yes, it might not reflect in their half year result, but from Q3, you might see the part of this rate hike in the performance of the bank, and that's why you can take the bank for those that are income investor, take the bank forward for especially those that pay dividend for this half year, then look forward for their full year. Most of them pay higher in their end of year, but you can take positions for those that are medium and long term investor. These are the banking stocks you can look at because they are consistent in their work, in their dividend, but both interim and full year. You can look the way of this banking stock. Yes, also again today we saw that UCAP also notify the market about insider dealing, but a buying position as to say as a board. Not much in terms of volume, but also we saw Boa Cement also giving us a projection or a forecast for the third quarter earnings, proposing that or projecting that the company turnover will hit 102.68 billion for Q3, and also a profit after tax of 35.6 billion. Maybe it's a good one to guide us so that you know what you're expecting for Q3 already. We're looking forward to see the Q2 result of this company. And in the same direction, we saw also COVID business solution also releasing a forecast also for Q3 to guide investors on what to do. It's good that we are seeing all these forecasts from our hotel companies so that investors can always see what they are benchmarking at the end of the day when the actual figure is released, and also when analysts are having a consensus on the company, you can actually see what you to benchmark what will finally come as the actual result, and also what you expect to from that upward. Yes, as we speak now, the market is still marginally in green. I say marginally in green as we speak. You can see that the market is trading now at 53,178.41, gaining 7.68 points, representing 0.01% percent in green at this hour of the day. You can see that market open around the 10 at this afternoon. We are seeing that market is in green, marginally in green. Yes, marginally in green. I will say this was not too impressive, but marginally in green. Let's see how it's going to end the day. But if you look at the market rate, I'll tell you, market rate is also slightly in negative rate. We're having 9 losers against 7 gainers. Among the top losers, the first one there I can see is UPDC. UPDC is is down. Also, we're seeing Yuka also sliding down. Cover this what we call Copperton, offshore is also down. We're seeing FBN holding also down, and seeing GT Cool slightly also down this morning. Others in that category on that user chart are International Blue Whale, Access Co-op, and Owando. But if you look at the gainer side, which is the advancers, you can see that it's being led by we're seeing FCMB at the top there. We're seeing also seeing we're seeing also COVID. This also sorry, we're seeing the we're seeing what I call okay, Presco is there also. Presco is there. We're seeing a Transcorp, and we're seeing a Lasaco, insurance, and also we can see also COVID business solution also among that stocks that are topping the 5 advancers chart. Then others in that category are Sterling Bank and UBA, but they are gaining not slightly, they are slightly up. But these are the states of the market now. And if you go to the volume, which I tell you, our volume is very important. I will always refer that top volume in this hour I've seen a Transcorp, I've seen a FGMB, and also Access Corp and Zenith Bank and GT Code. These are the considered banks are dominating now, and in terms of volume activities we are seeing. It also give you a sign that design investor and conventional investor are taking advantage of the little correction we are seeing in that sector to position ahead of their half year results, knowing that most of them, I tell you, among the first year banks, nearly all of them are into dividend paying banks, which they are looking forward to see, and some of the banks that are not in first year that also into dividend. For that, activities are showing up in the banking in terms of volume, which you can see in the life of Access Bank, Zenith Bank, and GTB. These are the ones that are into dividend paying stock among this, in this chart now as we speak. That tells you that the market is also looking for a trigger, like I said earlier. This morning, we want to look at the chart of one, look at FCMB chart, look at the press what is happening, then Transcorp again, look at Transcorp, then UPDC, how far will it go since we are seeing a pullback here? UCAP, is it the right time for us to jump at it ahead of the company Q2 number or half year number we're expecting? Then we can read the life of this what is happening in SPM. First, like LBN holding, and the price is also going down after we have seen volume in recent time. Then we can look the life of assets again. Then I'm not surprised seeing Owando among the the losers this morning. Profit taking also at 50.1. I tell you that stock is really for speculation. And those that are speculating this stock, that's also stay patient and play with what with your charts, because you need to know where the sentiment is going, because it is not the fundamental of the company that is moving it, because you have not seen the result. If you are looking at sentiment and the technical tools, you need to watch it carefully so that you won't be hooked when things go the other way. Not to keep your eyes on what on one do. Yes, if you go to the chart now, we're live on the chart. You can see here that what I just said yesterday. She said a sign of, for me, this is a kind of caution. At this time, they have not broken out. Either this triple top now, 1, 2, 3. This triple top, possibility of stock coming down here again is there. But I believe that we should not panic here, because market is kind of resting to look for what a direction from here, and that direction will come on the strength of what was expected, what we want to see, and some of consumer price index for May, and at the same time the end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the month of June, window dressing, and at the same time the earnings season that will kick off what the second week of July, with early flyers like UCAP and others trying to give us their number to know how they have performed in the previous half year. That is what we are likely to change the face of the market. Now that the primary has come and gone, we have seen that it was peaceful. Then we are looking forward to see the kind of manifestos we are going to see from them, the kind of economic reform they are going to tell us. Not coming to smile. We want to look at what you have as a leader, or as a leader that want to lead Nigeria. It's not a place that you are coming to us to say you want to look at your friends. No, Nigeria need deliverance. Now we need somebody that will deliver Nigeria from where it is and take Nigeria out of this room. That means Nigerians will also look at who is capable of taking us away from where we are today, because we have seen the journey we have been on since the last 8 years or 7 years. We see who are going to take us to the next level again. Let's see as that means let's watch also the political space, what is happening there, because it has also influencing the market. That's why this is a pre-election year. Yes, our market has been so resilient in terms of moving up to this level. Yes, the Q2 number of was where it's going to go, but at this point, that was also be taken with caution because of what we are seeing in the market waiting for a trigger. That trigger also should also guide us where the market will go from this point. Yes, people want to look at the follow up on our indicators for our analysis this hour. Let's quickly look at those that we're going to use for direction. It's very, very important. I've seen what is happening in the market. I need to call the directional. Yes, I need to see. Let us see where the market is going from here. It's a very good one that I want to call some indicator that will help us to capture exactly what is happening in the market, what we should do, and where we should put our head. Very, very important. The last one is what is the T line. This T line is key for us in Investdata. Yes. Wow. Can look at the market now. Just like we were yesterday on a day chart, market is likely on flat on the T line. It has not broken down. Yes, but you can see that indicators are still telling us morning flow indicators are turned up this morning, while MACD is still bearish. But the good thing is that if you look at the trend that is behind this object, we are seeing a good trend because ADS is reading almost 46, 46.48 is good to tell that the trend behind the market here at this level is that you can see when you see ADS above 30, say that something is happening. That you can see this is strong trend. You can see that the index has been above the T line, even when it was trading on top of T line all this while, and market was doing a work of consolidation between here to here. Then before another breakout, you can see it here. That pattern is also what we are seeing here. You can see here a triple top, a breakout of this point also usher the market in an up direct. As I said, market waiting for a trigger, and we can see on a day chart that we are seeing a formation of money flow from down here looking up this hour. Says that funds are still entering the market. People are trying to take position as the market is trading above what it closed yesterday, marginally or slightly as we speak. For me, it's not a bad one. You can see that the directional movement, or call it ADS, telling us that market the strength behind the market is still strong. Or ADS review strength behind the trend. I think that is still strong. Let's look at the 1 hour chart for the market general to see what 1 hour chart is saying on the market. 1 hour chart is also saying that market is also yes, miss trend here in terms of 1 hour chart. I see that ADS is below this one. ADS is below 20 on the 1 hour chart. It is not too good, but other indicators we see that money flow is turning off. See that it's below 30 or below 50, around 26, 28 is good. Money flow MACD is here to give us direction, but yeah, that's what I said on 1 hour chart, I've seen a missed trend, a missed signal, that's what I say, of caution. But for a day chart, we're seeing that the strength is coming back to the market, front ending, and ADS is within 46 and above, which is a good one. And money and the index action is still above the T line or trading slightly on top of the T line. For me, it's not a bad one. Yes, let's look at the stocks that we have mentioned. Look at what is happening in SCMB. In recent time, we're seeing volume and also insider dealing in SCMB. Let's look at what the chart is telling us on the stock. What can we do with that stock at this moment? You can see the stock on a day chart is looking a bit good, very good on a day chart. You can see that we are seeing a strong candlestick here, but there's a strong resistance here. This is about 350, a breakout of this 350, 352. But as we speak now, it's on a day chart, it's trading above the T line, and the MACD is becoming bullish, almost crossing to become bullish. Look at where it is. You can see the histogram formation here. MACD is always trying to almost becoming bullish here. That means any moment from next week, if the trend continue, the stock will become hot one. But only that on a day chart, the the ADS is still very low and below 20 to read around 10 point something for me. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. No, sorry. ADS is reading around 22. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Sorry, I can see it now reading 22, which is good. 22. Yeah, 22. Fine one. It's a good one. Let's see. And also train above the 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 red one and the blue one. It's a good sign. That's if one entering the stock. For me, it says okay. That means technically we are seeing a good trend. And also on the 1 hour chart, I can see a good signal on the stock. Both the all the indicators we are using are confirming good trend for me for the stock. For those that are in the stock and say put your position, if you want to buy, I can see sign that on the 1 hour chart there is strong um, momentum there for me. I'm seeing on them, which is good for the stock. Yes, it is slightly above the C line. You can see it here, but I try to resist the decline. I think it's good. Once it break out this region here, this top here, but okay, let's see whatever I said earlier. Once it break out the 350 before it can open on a new journey. But I think technically FCMB is very good at this hour. Yes, it's not one of the three dividend paying stocks, but seeing good technicals on the stock this hour. Let's look at what is happening in Presco. I see that Presco activities has resumed. We're seeing buying position in the stock. Let's see where it is. Is it time for it to jump? We are waiting to confirm a breakout. For a 1 hour chart, the stock is still, you can see where it is. It's still trading above the C line. Like there's still strength in this stock. See, came down here, up again. Even went this morning, you can see it's still above the T line. But on the 1 hour chart, it's not looking too good. It's still like a red I'm seeing here, but we're seeing a green volume here, green volume, but the volume is not above the average there. Once it crosses, it's also going to spike. We're seeing money flow, no, not looking up, but not looking down above 50 mark, 50 point, which is good. Why we're seeing that MACD on the 1 hour chart is also looking not looking bad, but looking a sign of becoming bearish from a bull situation. It was for now. Let's look at the day chart for Presco. Presco on a day chart, I can see a good chart here. I draw this line here and this line. That is also a bullish symmetric triangle down here and down here. Let me quickly do that before I look under the indicator that below. I can see also a good sign from there. You take it here, draw it down here, and draw it down here. You can see that today now it has broken out the broken out the symmetric triangle. To go by what I'm seeing here, draw here to all the way down here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see that this place is tiny, and you can see that it's almost crossing the symmetric triangle. This triangle is also continuation pattern, either up or down. You can see this is a continuation of trend up. And if you come here and look at your and look at the man, look at the ADS. ADS is still high, around 29. For me, it's okay. ADS around 29 points, which is not too bad. Then MACD is becoming bullish. You can see what is from here. Once it cross up and money flow is entering on a day chart, you can see that's why it's green. The stock, like I said, when I saw the pullback, I said it's opportunity for people to cash into the stock, and we can see now that people are coming back. And don't forget that this stock movement, the movement of Presco is not what you can see and say it moves every day. No, there's a pattern that you have to trend before it make uptrend. Also, profit taking can bring it down, but when it's moving up, it's moving up. We can see the trend of Presco and Okomo are almost the same pattern in terms of their chart movement. You need to notice that whenever you are also looking at the chart. On a 1 hour chart, it's looking good. On a 1 hour chart is good. On a day chart is good. For me, it's a good one. Let's look at the life of Transcorp before. Let's look at what is happening in Transcorp. Transcorp on a day chart, I will tell you, can see, for me, the chart is very, very positive. can see that it has broken an uptrend is already up. Yes, it touched as have tested almost one that one almost 140, 138 before coming down, trading around 134 now. It's a good one. Let's see what the stock trading above the T line. We're seeing that the ADS is around 31, 30, good one. And you can see here MACD. If you are looking at all this I'm showing you here, this histogram here, and see what is about to happen. And money flow is still entering on a day chart. It's a good one for transport. Transport is good. You can see volume in that stock, and you can see that there is a what we call a good pattern that you watch here. If you look at what is happening here, from here that it cross, I say whenever it cross up, you can buy. Since it cross here, it has remained above that C line has not broken down. Even as we speak now, so that this stock has strength, strong momentum for the stock, which is a good one for transport. Both on a day chart and on the 1 hour chart is looking good for the stock. You can see it here. You can see your money flow is still looking up. For me, it's a strong one. You don't need to panic, but rather take advantage of the low price and also ahead of 50 number. And I tell you that this company are diversifying into a lot of things. You can see one of the major player, kind of the big player in the stock also having something to do when it comes to area of oil. I see they are going to gas, they are going to oil. I see they are going to the future, they are into utility, which is power, which is good. They have lots of only that, like I say, they are making money, but not in the cash. The dividend bad policy is still very poor, but I believe going to the future, we will see the better dividend policy from this stock. But I can see potential in the stock. If you look at the chart pattern, it's very just pattern. Whenever it comes to you have to be caution when it comes to below the T line. See above the T line, up here, just by this, you can see here, it's a good one. For me, it's a good one for us to watch, so that at the end of the day, we can smile to the bank. I see that opportunity in this stock. I see the opportunity in this stock. Then let's see what is happening in UPDC and UCAP. We want to look at what is happening in these two stocks. Let's start with UPDC and go to UCAP. UPDC. Let's see what is happening in that stock. I see potential because when you want to hedge against inflation, look the world of stock market and property. And this is a company that is into property business, and they have turned into positive line in terms of their number. It's a good one. For us to speak now on a 1 hour chart, it's trading below the T line. I can see that it's not looking too good in 1 hour chart. But look at the day chart for the stock. The stock for me on a day chart, yes, it's just waiting for a trigger. You can see that this stock has been from here to here, above the T line, here marginally below, back to the T line. Now trading flat on the T line. Let's wait and see for a trigger for the stock. You can see for me, major is 5% for the stock. I can always say that if you can see this stock between between 1 naira 98 kobo to 1 naira 10 kobo, it's a good buy. Above it, another trend has started entirely for UPDC. Let's look at UCAP. UCAP is another stock to look at. What is UCAP doing? Let's look at UCAP. United Security. UCAP on a day chart, you can see it's trading below the T line. We're trying to resist the decline. You can see the chart pattern, the price action here. You can see now you can see the position trying to resist this decline, but still below the T line as we speak now. Money flow telling us is going down, and we're seeing ADS. ADS is reading around 17, which is below 20. I mean, the movement in this stock is weak. There's no strength in the movement now until we confirm strength. And money flow, I see that is selling down. For me, it's not too good. But I see that this pullback for UCAP presents opportunity for you to buy it at a good price. But I see that stock anything below 13 naira, between 12 naira and 12.80 is a good stock, a good price to take advantage of the pullback if it continues in that direction. Yes, the last I wanted to look at what is happening in FBN holding. Let's look at FBN. So that will be the last for today. Let's look at it before we draw the curtain. FBN holding. Yeah, FBN holding also, as we speak, is trading below the T line. Yes, I can see that the ADS is still leading now. What is it leading now? ADS is within 23. That means the strength, this downtrend is strong. You have to wait to see a reversal. They try to form this candlestick initiation here. But you can see that this hour went up, but see around the 10, 15, 10, 20. Let's watch what we're going to close today. And MACD is already bearish. The money flow is up. You can see the kind of flow that's coming up in this stock. Money flow is still high on a day chart. But let's look at the 1 hour chart for the stock. On one hour chart is still trading below the T line. Then we're seeing the MACD trying to turn positive, on 1 hour chart, and money flow is looking trying to look up to again, but below 20 as we speak, reading around the 17. We need to keep our eyes on this and see where it will go from here. That is exactly what we will do. To see where it will go from this point is very, very important to know exactly what is happening in the company. Look your eyes on the phone because I told you earlier that it's not the number of this company that will put the price, it's the momentum investing. But seeing a major shareholder there, selling almost half of his position, yes, it might send a lot of signal, but I believe that keep our eyes for those that are momentum traders and technical analysis. Look at I'm seeing on a 1 hour chart kind of MACD becoming positive, the top become bullish. We are seeing a little up here in terms of price, in terms of money flow into the stock. Below it's below the T line here. Since it's below the T line, now it's below the T line. You need to look at exactly what is happening in the stock for you to know what to do. As we speak now, the stock is at below the T line. Tell you that the stock you have to very kind of play caution with the stock, so that at the end of the day you know what to do with with this kind of position. If you are taking profit, good to watch what like here. You can see here that's below here. You can see when they have been below the T line. Also a sign of caution that from here you will go to the position, need to jump in until you confirm a breakout. If you go back to see the day chart, you can also see that for how long it has been below the T line on the day chart, it's a sign that something is also not too good there. To also play caution with this one. Once you confirm that you break out the T line up, then you can think of buying into the stock. Yes, I say thank you for being with us throughout the week. We say big thanks to you all for your time. Also, we're looking forward to see you tomorrow during the question and answer session at noon by God grace tomorrow. Also, like I said, whenever we share the link, always there. Make sure that you share to your friends and your colleagues, your relatives to also join us in this live class, and also even the question and answer for those that are too busy during the week. But tomorrow is weekend, you can join the question and answer section where you can ask any question. Even the one that you want to ask here, you are not able, you are free to ask it at the question and answer section. It's very, very, very important to be that. As regard the coming master class, by Monday officially we'll kick off the registration. Then the discount also will be given, for those that pay at a short period. For those that are asking online, what is the fee for the master class? The master class is 50,000 naira. For those that will pay within a period of from on the 12th, which is on Monday, till on the 21st of May, also will enjoy a discount of the 10% on the discount, or according to my team, or they are confirmed for them, but it's a discount at whether 10% or 5, I can remember. When they start the marketing, you see it, but you can take time, look at your itinerary, make time for that day, because this is the time for you to avoid the old mistakes that you have been doing, avoid it, and also avoid the costly losses that you have experienced in the past because of what? Because of investing without knowing the right thing. Now that we're seeing that momentum is changing, we need to invest rightly. And now that we're seeing this prediction here, within the uncertain period, there's also opportunity. That's why I said any market condition presents its own opportunity for those that are designing to know that. That's why I don't want you to miss the master class. Join also that the right stock are in position ahead of Q3 number, ahead of Q2 number, and for the rest of the second half of the year will also be discussed with different experts in the market, portfolio managers, technical analysts, all will be there, fundamentalists, to share their own perspective, their view regarding the market and the kind of stock is also position for the second half of the year. Yeah, I'll say a big thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you next week for live class. And if you have time, join us tomorrow for what